Ice Cube, yay, yay. I feel like literally we're just talking about how you were just in town. We were talking about Big Three. Here you are talking about your brand new album.
Yes, everything's corrupt.
Everything's corrupt. It really is. Okay, so why do you still want to do music, Cube? You've done it all. I mean, millions and millions and millions of albums sold, so much success, solo, group, whatever it is, you've done it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing music for fun, you know, ever since I was 14 years old. So,
yeah,
you know, it's great that I can make a living with it, you know, done so many, you know, things that I'm proud of in music. But at the end of the day, creating new songs is still, you know, one of the funnest things I like to do when I have downtime. So, you know, I don't know if I'll ever let it go.
I don't think you will, because you're so successful. You've done it all. You got a lot of money and you're still doing it. That's how you know you love this, right? Because the way you value rap, the way you value hip hop, the way you value music, is just, there's no price on it.
No, man, you know, when you creative, to me, I always say when you creative, you're never poor. See what I'm saying? Because your mind and your body working in unison to create something that ain't never existed. And it's just you know, it's, you know, men, we don't have babies. You know, that's the greatest creation a woman can produce as a child. But, you know, for a man, it's things, it's building something,
creativity,
it's creating something.
You know what? I've never looked at it like that.
Bringing something into the world that wasn't here, and you know, I don't think it's anything more satisfying.
Right? Yeah. I was looking at the track listing. The album will be out on Friday.
Yeah.
Everything's corrupt. I love it. Let's talk about Arrest the President.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you make the song? I know why, but you know, what was the thought process when you put this together?
You know, I don't think, you know, right now, you know, there's been the full investigation.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, I think the country has been violated. By this man. And I think he got to pay the price. Now, will the country do it? Because it's pretty embarrassing to have to arrest your president or impeach him. And so, you know, America's pretty much about, you know, like everybody household, put on the facade for the neighbors. You know, don't let the neighbors see what's going on over here. So, you know, that stuff is politics. So that stuff is going to
That's politics. Politics been around for so long. Now, if, let's say, the president were to get arrested, how long do you think he should be in jail? Because, you know, what he would face versus petty crime that's happening, you know, like someone who's carrying a little baggie, they're doing a long period of time if they're black or Latino, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, hypothetically, in your world, how long would he get locked up for?
I mean, you know, I don't have a clue, you know, how long they would lock him up for, or if they would ever do it.
It wouldn't, but
it depends on the crimes that they discover.
Facts.
And how, you know, how much that is against, you know, what America claims to be, and you know how, you know, treason is a crazy word, and I don't know where's that proven at, when collusion or all that kind of. That's just for lawyers to figure out.
Different levels to this.
I just think it's been a lot of shady stuff, a lot of indictments, a lot of underhanded stuff you ain't supposed to do when you are trying to be the president.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, people are going to jail. And why should everybody go to jail and not him? Why? Why should everybody go to jail?
When you put music out like that song, Arrest the President, and you look back, because you've always been, you know, politically outspoken. Cube, Ice Cube, when you think of Ice Cube and your legacy and what you continue to do, are these times more of a concern versus when you were first coming out with, you know, NWA, No Vaseline, or is the energy, or is this another walk in the park where you're like, I've done it all? there's nothing that really, makes me waver to anything.
Well, I mean, when it comes to entertainment, I'm still, I still enjoy what I'm doing and all the things that I'm doing. When it comes to the sign of the times and the times, now it's worse, because, people are digitally being locked in. And so pretty soon you won't be able to get out of that web.
Right.
And there'll be no escape. And then the web could turn into something else. See what I'm saying? So that's what's scary, is that before, it was like you were a free being, so to speak. Now you're a digital.
You're watched all the
being,
time.
and so all your whole life is in your pocket. And so it's a scary time.
Have you seen Black Mirror on Netflix, the show?
No, I've heard of it.
You should watch it.
Yeah, I heard
it is about this. Basically, all this technology could be good, but it also could be detrimental to everything.
It's a web.
It is a web.
It's a net.
Yeah. Literally.
What do you do with webs and nets?
Get caught up in it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having social media back in the day in the starting of your career?
I mean, I don't never really think about it. It's a good question. I think a lot of things would have turned out different.
Right.
I prefer the way that we did it, because it was a organic thing that creeped around the world.
Right.
And, sometimes when things go around the world in an instant moment, it loses its luster and its sting. And, there's a lot of information going on now.
And you don't know what's true, what's not. It's 24 hours. It's all the time. It's overwhelming, which is why.
And you don't know what's true.
Exactly, which is so dangerous.
Yeah, that's what's really dangerous. People are creating their own worlds.
Narrative.
And their own, like you said, their own narrative, and believing it.
Now, you only have one feature on the album. Too Short.
Yeah, my man, Too Short.
Why just one feature? And why short?
I ain't put out a record in 8 years. You don't want to hear a record with me and a bunch of people on it. And to me, that's lazy record making in a way. True. If you can't complete a song, I don't want to hear a verse. You see what I'm saying? It's like, do a song, man.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like, on the Ice Cube record, who else do you really want to hear?
Right.
To be honest, it's like, when you really think about it, like, there's collabos that would be cool.
Right.
But just one or two. And that's what I did. Just one. Me and
I
Short.
really like that. I like that it's not flooded with featuring this, that, 10 other people. And while that idea might be nice, we haven't heard from Ice Cube musically in this capacity.
I mean, that's everybody really biting the Dr. Dre,
right?
Formula in a way of making records, of just find the best people that can rap,
right?
In a way, and make this record a movement,
right?
And so that formula kind of has taken over in a way,
right? And not everybody could do it like Dre. So it's like they'll try.
Nobody can do it like Dre. Yeah, it's like not too many people at all. So it become compilation sounding to me,
right?
And not really the artists. Some artists stick to it, but it's a lot of collabos going on, and that's cool. It's just I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be me.
Is there anyone that you go to for this album where you're just like, I want your opinion on this? Was it Dre, or was it somebody that you just felt like, you know what, I really want to get? It could be your wife, it could be your kids. Was there anyone that you really wanted to have, I guess, a first listen, a first take to it?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife is my muse.
Yeah.
We talk about everything,
I love
from
her.
A to Z. So records come in, but so many other things are discussed. So, I'm at a point where, I'm confident in what I should be doing, and it's like me painting a painting now. You know, I don't need help with that. I know what I'm doing, and I know what I feel. I know what I like, and I know what I want to put out. I want to put out what I like, and not chase
nothing,
but just cater to the Ice Cube fan.
Do you feel liberated now in your journey, in your career, versus maybe another time where you felt like, damn, I got to do this, I got to figure this out? Because I think your journey is one of the best journeys that, you know, up and coming artists should see and aspire and really take notes from. But, you know, we all go ups and downs.
Yeah. You know, I really start feeling this way, you know, when I went totally independent. I've always been an artist that's been able to do what I feel without anybody trying to A&R me or anything like that. But when I went independent fully in 2006 with the Laugh Now, Cry Later record, and then the Raw Footage record in 2008, and then I Am the West, those records were, you know, me doing what I wanted to do, fully free to just whatever they sell, I'm happy with. You know, I just want to do them, and this is what I want to be the record, without thinking about radio or videos or
albums,
anything like that.
And this sound.
You know, now I'm with, you know, Interscope is, you know, back in Lynch Mob Records, and
so
you know,
interesting.
You know, this really my first time on a major label. So, you know,
why, Cube? I'm just so curious. Why go back to major?
I didn't like the process. So I couldn't work under those conditions. I had to go do the record I wanted to do, and you got to take it or leave it. So, but, you know, I think I've earned a status where, you know, Interscope probably will bend a few rules for me that they probably wouldn't with other artists on how this process is going. And I appreciate him for that, because, you know, I definitely don't want to be in there arguing about shit. You know what I mean? You know, I want to be on the same page. We trying to achieve the same thing. You know, we may achieve it two different ways, but we're going to achieve the same thing. So, you know, Steve Berman and all those guys over there have been great. And so we'll see. You know, we're putting this record out, and, you know, I think, you know, the record is going to definitely get the awareness that it deserves.
Oh, yeah. You know what? When I think of hip hop, I was actually just talking about this today. Do you remember your first moment being exposed to it, when you fell in love with hip hop?
I do. First moment. Well, I heard all kind of different things that were close to hip hop, like, you know, Rapture by Blondie, but you know, it wasn't full force. It was like a little verse. Tina Marie would do a little rap, you know, I'm Lady T and all this. And so, you know, it was dibbles and dabbles, but, you know, full-fledged, committed, this is a rap song. You know, it was, you know, I was on my way to the dentist. I had chipped my tooth because I pretended like I was sick, stayed home from school. My mom's went to the drugstore, and I was in the garage. Now, should have been in the house. I was in the garage, and I stepped on the dolly. A dolly is what you take out the trash with. You roll it. I stepped on the end, and it came.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, chipped my tooth. I'm like, damn, I'm in trouble now. Because now she know I've been in the garage. I'm just trying to get in there and get out, close it before that happened. So anyway, long story short, my uncle was taking me to the dentist. He was a DJ. He was playing these songs. You know, he was playing Confunction. He was playing Parliament, Funkadelic, Commodores, Rick James. And he played a song called, you know, Rapper's Delight.
Nice.
And I'm like, whoa, this thing is going on forever. And I just couldn't believe it was the greatest thing I had heard. And I was like, play that again. So I remember he had a big box in the back seat. So he reached back while he was driving. And he played it again. I had to be 10 10 years old, and it went off. I told him play it again. So we did that about 4 times. He said, "Man, that's enough." I mean, I done heard Rapper's Delight. I done heard an hour of this, right? Yeah. So I just couldn't get enough. So from then, I was a seeker. I used to try to, where's this rap? I need to get rap. I need to get a hold of some hip hop. I need to get a hold of this.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like a fiend.
Did you realize that you were going to be one of the pioneers to open the doors for so many of us? I mean,
Hell
look at...
no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I mean, I was a fan. East Coast was king.
Right.
And I mean, those was the professional. Everything else was amateurs.
Facts.
Yeah, so never thought I could get in that club. You know, until we started doing New York sounding records at first. And, you know, trying to be the groups that we like.
Right.
And so once we realized that we're never going to be as good as they are doing what they do, we just started rapping about, like, our environment and what was going on around us. And that's what worked. You know, that's what, like, caught on and became, you know, what people kind of clamored to. And so it was just all about being real, being raw.
Yeah.
Also, you know, edgy.
Right.
And, you know, it was a time that, you know, we felt extreme freedom because we felt like everything we gonna do is gonna scare the shit out of everybody.
And it did.
And they gonna leave us alone.
And they watched it and they chased y'all down.
Yeah.
But were you ever really caught up in the East Coast, West Coast, you know, conversations and the drama? Because here we are looking at you, one of the founders, not just in hip hop, but, you know, when you look at NWA, gangster rap, West Coast music, and now you're here at Hot 97. There was a time where, you know, you didn't really hear West Coast records get played on the East.
Yeah.
I felt like East Coast records did get played on the radio stations on the West.
Oh, yeah, all day.
I remember that. Is it weird for you now to come here and be like, damn, you know, it's love. Like, we love you. Hot 97 loves you. The East Coast loves you. Or,
that's not weird.
Okay.
That's because, I mean, my history is, you know, there's a long standing of, you know, New York industry.
Right.
I mean, taking pride in what they created. It's like, it's very human. You know what I mean? It's normal. So, you know, everything else is going to look like amateurs. Just like, you know, gangbanging started on the West Coast.
Right.
All the Bloods all over the country, they looked at by us as amateurs doing it.
Right.
That's just how it go. All the gangbanging, it's just because it originated there.
Got it.
Okay. Same feeling. Now, that being said, with Eazy-E and NWA and Ice-T and a few more groups, we had breakthroughs.
Yes.
And it was a lot of love, a lot of, you know, inclusion of, yo, you know, you might not play this on the radio, but in the streets,
it was rocking. Yeah.
We love you. So when the rift started to happen, I just think it was because too much love, too much attention by the industry started to go towards the West Coast because we were getting a lot of momentum. And it was a pushback. And so it got, you know, hairy.
Right.
And so when the two biggest crews get into it, it feels like a whole beef.
Yeah.
Now.
But you weren't really in that.
I was in it. Because we had the West Side Connection. The West Side Connection was
West
put
Side Connection was,
as a pushback to this.
Right.
You know, like, we started hearing records like Fuck Compton.
Right.
We started hearing records like West Side Slaughterhouse.
Right.
I mean, it was called Slaughterhouse, but it was talking about our records was just talking about murder, kill. So the West Side Connection is a pushback because I felt like we got to stand up. You know, that's just how we cut. We're going to stand up for ourselves, and we're going to represent what we represent.
Right.
And that's just going to be it.
Right.
And, you know, hopefully we can coexist.
Right, and that's exactly what happened.
Sorry.
No, it's all
But we
good.
are going to represent.
Which is important.
We ain't going to take a step back.
Right.
That's DJ Pooh calling me right
Of
now.
course.
But we're not going to take a step back. We're actually going to take a step forward.
At what point did you realize that, okay, we've had enough? Was there any
when
calls?
people start getting killed,
right?
Once you lost Biggie and Tupac, or Tupac and Biggie, it just took it just took the fun out the game.
Yeah.
It just took the fun out the game, took the air out the room, and it really opened up the door for the South to reign. So there was good and bad in that thing, but I can't sit here and deny that I wasn't a part of it.
Right.
Because that whole West Side Connection, West Side throwing up the dub is us representing what we established in hip hop. Right.
Damn, that is right. Now that I think about it, okay. Damn, what a journey.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was but now look where we are. Look what hip hop's done all over the world. The most listened to genre in the world.
Yeah.
Did you think it was ever gonna get to this point?
In the early days, you don't there's all these gatekeepers in the world.
Yes.
Who don't let the flavor through.
Yes.
So you never know. I knew that, most of mainstream America didn't like the wave that was happening in hip hop and fought it and did whatever they could to stop it. So I knew there was forces against the music. And who knows when you in it if they're gonna win or you're gonna win.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is good gonna win or is censorship basically gonna win?
Exactly.
And so I'm happy because once it broke through and they couldn't stop it, I knew they'll never stop it because and I know it fluctuates, but it's still the spoken word, and it's still a way for young people to express themselves who probably can't sing,
right?
Who probably can't, who
can't rhyme, can't do that, right?
Talent on that level, playing an instrument or something like that. But this is a way they can express themselves, and they're not gonna let it go.
Ever. I mean, look at it. Look at it.
You're gonna have new babies. They're gonna want to rap about what they're going through.
When you came onto the scene and, hearing NWA talking about police brutality, and then fast forward to your new album where you're talking about good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Tell me about this song. I mean,
it's a plea to the good cops in the world. Mm-hmm. Get these bad apples out your bunch, man.
Right.
Get your self-respect back.
Right.
From the community by treating the people. I mean, just do your job.
Right.
Don't be personal.
Right.
Don't be political. Don't be racist. Don't be sexist. Just do your job.
Just do your job and be held accountable.
If I'm messing up,
right,
put the cuffs on me. I understand. Don't beat me up, kick me, call me all kind of names, spit on me, and just become bullies.
Right.
So it's an appeal to the good cops to get these dudes out of here. And like I said, get your self-respect back from the community, because I don't care what hoods you go to, everybody understand what the police job is.
Right.
And when you break the law, people know they coming to put them cuffs on you.
Right.
That's a gimme. So why is all this extra stuff got to happen?
Do you feel like it's changed at all? I feel like the same problem has plagued us.
The philosophy of the police are never going to change. It's win and make it home at night.
Right.
Everything else, they can care less. Really, it's win, make it home at night. Because if you lose, you might not make it home.
Right.
So you add that mentality, so they don't hear about all these rights and all this stuff, people yelling.
Right.
And it's
Turn
like,
it off.
I'm winning this confrontation right here.
Right.
And we'll deal with it at the station.
How do you feel, Q, when you are seeing police brutality, when you are seeing people die, black men, black women, Latinos, but we're seeing it so much on social media, right? It's back to back. For you to have always spoke out against police brutality, and you see that, does it reopen wounds for you every time you see it? Because for me, I feel like crumbling every time I hear another name.
Yeah.
And I see Philando Castillo, and I'm seeing Alton Sterling, and the names go on and on. You just, how does it make you feel? Because, you know, I think people don't realize you're human, that you feel the pain.
Yeah, I mean, it shakes your chromosomes, straight up. You feel that pain. You feel like, you know, I'm here, so somebody with my bloodline went through this kind of pain for me to be here.
Right.
So it's in you. It shakes you.
Right.
So it's sad, and it nothing changed. You know, people are still violent, and it was bad before I was born. You know, unfortunately, it's gonna be bad
when we're long gone.
When we're gone. You know, the earth. You know, people have been violent with each other for a long, long time.
Yeah. Big Three, the success of it, which makes me so happy, which makes me feel that we should always have, you know, our own everything. Have you ever thought about having your own football league, Q?
Oh, man. Wow.
Do it for Cap.
Yeah,
you know
I
we
know
love
that
you,
would
Q.
be great. Of course, you know, we've thought about that. You know, it's a big endeavor, and it's a few leagues that's starting to pop up. The Alliance of American Football and XFL is coming back. And, you know, we're going to look at it. But, of course, you know, we've thought about it. But we don't want to just do it because we can. We want to do it if we can make it work.
Right.
If it can last a long time. And so, you know, those are the benchmarks. So if it ever happened, who knows? But, you know, we're trying to get these RSNs.
Right.
These regional sports networks. So with that, we're gonna be very creative if we get it.
How is that going? Because I saw you and LL Cool J were trying to buy networks, sports networks.
Yeah, it's going good. We trying to make it to the next round. You know, it's a lot of people bidding on this. So, you know, it's the first round is a lot of people. The next round, you know, a few people fall off and there's less, and you get so we climbing the ladder.
Why is ownership important? And I think I love hearing this from you, because people, especially young and upcoming entrepreneurs, artists, whatever it is, I don't know if they understand the importance of ownership, man.
Yeah, you gotta own. You know, it's important because it becomes your vision, and you're not a puppet for other people's vision. And puppet maybe is a strong word,
right?
But you know, it's just better to me to be able to control what I put out there as much as I can.
Right.
Can't control everything, but as much as I can. And ownership really is about freedom.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, having the freedom to succeed, but also having the freedom to fail. Too.
Right.
You gotta sink or swim sometime, and those are the true tests. It's easy to get up and go to work for somebody.
Facts. Oh, yeah, no liability, nothing. Clock in.
As long as you got my check, you know, no problems out of me.
Right.
So I don't care if this place burning down.
Right. You got my check.
Got my check. I'm running out. You know what I'm saying? I'm running out.
Yes.
Place on fire, but I need that check.
I need that
the
check.
Door. Yeah. So, but when you own it, you know, the passion has to come out in you, and you feel like you're alive. To me.
We've seen it in everything you've done, music, and, you know, creating your own league. How's last Friday going? Because when I last saw you, you were working on it.
It's in the same place. I'm still working on it.
The script and everything's coming along.
We're just trying to make sure New Line is going to pay for it.
You have my check?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really about just me, even though I do want a big check.
Right.
But it's about the guys. They're big stars now. You know, Terry Crews, when he first was in, you know, Friday After Next, he was a security guard outside my trailer.
Right.
Now he's a big movie star. So, that, you know, you can't ask him for the same rate that you did, you know, back in the day. So it's just a more expensive movie, and it's not easy. It's like putting together Star Wars or something.
Right.
It's just not easy bringing back all the elements that was and creating something that people love, as much as they love that.
Oh, I can't wait. Is there anything you can tell us about it?
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. And, Craig and Dady are back in the hood.
Yeah.
They back on that block.
Yes. We are so excited to see that. I love Cube Vision. I mean, thank you for sharing all of your visions with us, Cube. We can never, I talk about this all the time. We can never thank you enough because you really, really changed the game for hip hop artists, what we can do. I'm so excited to see what you have planned in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep your eyes open. I'm going to be doing something.
Yeah, of course.
I can't sit still. So. I'm
Everything's corrupt.
Everything's corrupt. December 7th. Do yourself a favor and get that record.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Q.
All right, thank you.